Alright, hello and welcome to my curly head Copic tutorial. I've had a few requests for this one, so I'm going to jump right in using an altered Creeper Friday. I'm going to be giving her red hair today, since it'll work with the project I'm going to be doing. We're going to start with YR12. And when I do my hair coloring, any coloring basically, I tend to start from light and work to dark. I know people who do it the opposite way, but for me, I like to lay my color down, my lightest color, so that I can really get a sense of where my highlights are going to be by leaving those areas white at first. And what I'm doing is I'm just squiggling in some color. I established that I'm going to have the light source coming from the left over here. So I'm going to have lighter highlights over here where more of my shadows are going to be cast over on the right hand side of the little Friday here. And so just squiggling that in really loose, quick. We're not, looking for perfect blending here yet. We're just getting that color down. And then here on the back part of the hair where it's all wild and crazy, you really have some liberty here with where you're going to leave your highlights, because there's no real rule saying that, oh, this part's further back from the light source or this one's closer. You can get a pick and choose where you want your highlights to be. And because I'm not going to be using her body, obviously, I'm going to color right over that neck, because she's going to be going on another body here once I get her all colored up. Okay, so squiggling it in. Like I said, leaving it lighter over here. And it's just really light flicks of the brush tip, just kind of crazy random. Just kind of like that. Okay. Now I'm going to hit it with my YR15. Just deepening those shadows a bit more. Getting that in there. Laying it in, like I said, wherever you want them to be. Light, quick flicks of the pen. Still leaving quite a bit of that white showing. You don't color in the whole image from the get-go. Okay. Going a little darker with the YR14. Just deepening again. And here's where I'm going to start getting quite a bit heavier on this side, away from that light source. Filling in more. A little bit heavier with my pen stroke. And then lightening it up as I get to this side of her hair. Once again. Okay. Okay, now we're getting into our darkest colors, my YR18. And as I start to put this on, you'll really start to see the high contrast starting to come into play. And it really is, the more contrast you can get within the image, the more interest it's going to add to the end results. Our eyes just like, the play of contrast in anything. And that goes for our coloring as well. Okay, so once again, quite a bit darker, tighter curls. closer together on this side because we're really playing up the darker aspect over here. And then, once again, kind of fewer and further between with this darker orange as we go around to this side. Okay. Now for my darkest color, I'm actually going to be throwing in some E19. I like using the earth tones, the red ones, the red browns, with my red-haired girls. It just seems to give it a little bit more natural look, a bit warmer color to their hair. It just looks pretty, I think, anyway. Okay. So now, going back in with our crazy squiggles again. And there's no real blending step for me anyway when I'm doing the curly hair, because I don't really want to smooth out these little almost kind of ringlet effect that you're creating. So it's just layering on the color in this kind of haphazard squiggle pattern. And it's really what's going to create the illusion of depth is by leaving these highlighted areas and playing with those. Okay, so we got our darkest color in. Now I'm going to skip back to my two lightest colors. I'll start with the YR15 and squiggle in now, covering some of that white. But I'm still going to leave some of the white showing, so that will kind of play as the glossiest accents in her hair. You can see it filling in. One last go around with the YR12. And she is looking pretty close to done. Like I said, I mean, this is pretty quick, pretty easy. It's not a lot of blending, just squiggling the color in. If that's not a technical term, we may have just made it one today. Alright. Well, I think she's looking pretty good. This is where you'd look and see if you like how she's looking. Maybe I'll go back in with my YR14, my medium tone, just to deepen up a couple shadows here on the part of the hair that's kind of pulled back. Alright. And there she is. Well, thanks for watching, guys.